I'm going swimming. It's raining outside, but I'm headed out to swim. Now, if you're confused, hi, by the way. Sometimes I just start my videos talking. Sorry. Good manners dictates that you start with greetings. I'm just trying to fix my phone. Hi, and how are you? I'm just about to step outside to go swimming, even though it's raining outside. If you're confused as to why somebody would go swimming when it's raining outside, it's because a lot of the pools in Europe, I live in Austria, most of the pools in this time are heated. So by this time, I mean like when it's cold outside, although it's not really cold, or when it's raining outside. So we can still go swimming in indoor pools, facilities that have indoor pools, and that's where I'm headed. I have my Nivea. Some people pronounce that as Nivea. Just because as a girl, you should always smell fresh. I've said that before. I have my Victoria's Secrets. I have my lotion. It's also Nivea. I have my sunscreen, Nivea. Some people think that you should only apply sunscreen when the sun is shining, but that's actually not accurate. Wet wipes, because a lady should always have her wet wipes. And my favorite, this is the favorite thing I have in my makeup closet. This is the favorite thing I have in there. I just love the smell. I wish I could like share the smell with you. Oh, Victoria's Secrets. If you're a lady watching this, go and try out their love spell. Love spell. I have you on a spell. No, I'm a Christian. I'm joking. We're not allowed to cast spells. And then I have my hand cream, and I have Juicy Bomb lip gloss, because a woman's lips can never be too shiny. Although today I'm wearing matte lipstick, so I don't really need the lip gloss. But you know, after you swim, you feel a bit dry. And then I don't need the sunglasses. Actually, I should just put them. I was looking for these sunglasses, so they've been here all along. And I was also looking for this lipstick, so it's been here all along. I need to go and sort out my bags, because I think sometimes I come home tired and I don't look, and I also will need to wash my hair after I go swimming. So these are the things that I'm taking with me. I'm already wearing the costume, and it's gonna be a nice evening. It's the evening time. Inshallah, it'll be a nice evening, God willing. And I just wanted to say something real quick before I go. On this video, we're going to discuss not really marriage, but pervert. Sometimes I feel like this guy is watching me. I'm seated somewhere. I'm seated upstairs where I have a huge window, and so I can see my next door neighbor's house. Gosh, I hope he doesn't see me recording his house. But that's his house, and sometimes I see him on that window right over there. Sometimes he's in the attic doing something. Oh, wait, let me stop the video. I'm being freaky right now. I'm being weird. So basically, okay, maybe it's all in my head. Maybe that guy is not even bothered the least bit with me. Anywho's, before I go out, let me just enjoy a glass of red wine that I got from my man. When he traveled, he came home with some red wine. Prost, that is German for cheers. Prost to you. Oh, it's white. The whole time I thought this was red wine because it had a cork and I just uncorked it. I'm so proud of myself for uncorking it myself. I just used the thing and it worked. I didn't break the cork for once. Oh, I always thought this was red. It's good. It's good quality. My husband has a nice taste when it comes to wine. Speaking of my man, this is why I'm making this video. So why did I choose to actually say yes to him, right? If you're watching this and you're a lady in your 20s, back then I was in my 20s, now I'm in my 30s, you're looking at a whole 30-something-year-old, time flies, oh my gosh. Anyways, if you're in your 20s and you have lots of options, guys are asking you out, guys want to date you, people are proposing marriage. Like by the time I said yes to my husband, I had like 3 other marriage proposals. Why did I accept him? Why was I more serious with him and not the other guys? If you're a young lady, maybe this can be a guide of some sorts when it comes to making up your mind, especially if you're confused or you're like somebody who doesn't have people around you who can point you towards the right direction. You don't know which one to take, which one to choose. And or maybe you're just, somebody who's just curious, like when it comes to dating, maybe not even marriage, but just, settling down, moving in with somebody. What are some of the guidelines that you can use? I'll share mine. Take what you need and leave what you don't need right here. I will just tell you why I chose this particular Austrian guy who I met back at home in Kenya. We actually met at a shopping mall. So why did I say yes to him? Number one was the fact that he could pay all my bills. I knew that with this guy, I will only work when I want to work. And that was top priority for me because I don't like paying for my own shit. If you don't mind paying and you like paying for your shit, okay, go ahead and go 50-50 with a man. But the advantage of being with somebody who can pay your bills is that you can work when you want to work and you can work where you actually want to work. So that was number one. Like, I knew that I wanted to be with somebody who could actually afford to pay all my bills, okay? Number two, I wanted somebody who was normal, because I had been with a lot of crazy people. Like, I think 90% of my past is made up of toxic ex-boyfriends. Toxic, like seriously toxic. Sometimes I think about them and I just hide. Let me hide even now as I talk about my ex-boyfriends. I've had ex-boyfriends that have brought out just the worst in me. It's not sunny outside, so I can't really take these sunglasses, but I miss them. They look nice. I hadn't seen them. They've been in the bag for a very long time, and I hadn't opened that bag. Anyways, I have a colorful past of toxicity that I am not proud of. I just used to date people who are bad for me, and that goes back to my childhood. That's a whole other video. Everything people do, you can trace it back somewhere. There's a reason why you act the way you act. There's a reason why you date the people you date. Once you understand yourself, everything comes full circle beautifully, right? So yeah, I met somebody normal. Let me tell you something. The first time I moved in with my husband, who at the time was my boyfriend, I could not believe the kind of peace that I felt in his house. I thought something bad will happen. I cannot have this much peace day in, day out. There will be some kind of explosion. Something will happen, and nothing happened. There are people who live peacefully. If you're a young lady watching me right now and all you're used to is yelling in the house, all you're used to is fighting, all you're used to is texting one another insults, let me tell you something. There are houses where that doesn't happen. Believe it or not. It was the first time I just had peace in the house. Amani in Swahili. So that's the other thing that made me choose this particular guy. It's because, or rather I said yes to this particular proposal, it's because he's such a peaceful person. He is such, I think anybody would get along with my hubby. If you lived with him, there wouldn't be any need to fight or we have small arguments, just everyday arguments, but he's not toxic. He is not toxic. So that was one of the reasons why I decided it's him and not any other guy out there. Number 3, the reason why I chose this particular guy is because of his convictions. Let's put it that way. He is somebody who knows what he wants. He stands on his beliefs. He's actually the first guy who I could not easily sway. I don't want to use the word manipulate because it sounds evil. I could not easily sway him. So every time I said, okay, fine, then I'll leave, he would be like, tell me when to book you the plane ticket, right? He's not going to be like, oh, please don't leave me, like most men, like, oh, please, baby, let's talk about it. Okay, fine, I'll meet you in the middle. My man has such strong convictions that I was just forced to respect him. Because it's like, hey, mwanaume naye anajijua. You know, like, this guy really understands himself, he knows what he wants, and he wants me, but he doesn't need me. And that really made me think that this is the right kind of person for me, because I'm very stubborn. There are guys who don't have true convictions. They compromise their values for a woman too quickly. And my hubby is not one of those guys. My hubby, when he decides he does not want something, that's it, he stands his ground, and I respect that about him. I actually salute him for it, because he's very principled. That's the correct word, and that's the reason why I chose him. I thought, this is a guy who knows what he wants, and because I know that I can be much, I need somebody who can, stand on his word and, steer this ship in the right direction. Because sometimes as an extrovert, I can be, all over the place, and we need somebody who can steer the ship. And that preempts my third point. I chose him because he's an introvert. I'm an extrovert, my husband is an introvert. If you meet my husband, you'd think he's a snob, especially because of how he dresses in his suits, and that's only because he's a financier. He works as a banker, and so people, think that he's, over there, in his financier corner, but he's actually just introverted. He doesn't talk much, especially if he doesn't know you. He has to get to know you, and he's super intelligent, so he can tell a lot of things that a lot of people in the room might not have picked up on, and he explains it very nicely. So that's yet another reason why I said, okay, that's my guy, because of his way of doing things. He's an introvert, I'm an extrovert, and it just created this very nice balance. It's so crazy that me and this guy, it works out perfectly, because normally it should not. I am a Kenyan girl who moved to Austria, completely different culture, from Africa to Europe, completely different continent, and I was, my beliefs were very different from his. He's like a staunch, and this will shock a lot of people, but I married a staunch capitalist. He believes in the capitalist way of life. He votes right. He's a right winger. I can't even count the number of times haters have called him a Nazi. People who just hate on him, but he's not a Nazi. Why would he marry a black woman? Plus, I know him. I know how he lives his life. He's just somebody. He's just somebody who loves this country, and who's proud of his nation and his language and his way of life. And he's just somebody who's a realist, right? He thinks things through very logically, and that's something people would wonder, like, how did he end up with you? I am a person who likes to be given her space. Oh, my matte lipstick just smudged. I think I have to go to the mirror and do it before I go out. I like to be given my space, right? And he also, coincidentally, is a guy who likes to be given his space. We literally live in two different houses most of the times. Like, we live in between two places. One is in the Alpine region of Austria, and the other one is his main house in Linz, which is a big city. He needs to be there because of his work, and therefore, like, we live in between. When he's not working, he comes here. When I'm not working, I go there, and so on and so forth. And that works perfectly for the both of us. I guess this is where choosing a spouse becomes a very personal thing, because it all depends on what works for you. What works for me is somebody who gives me my space. What works for him is the same, a chick who gives him his space. And for some people, that wouldn't work. So you just have to get what works for you. And I think those are my reasons. The question is, what are yours, right? I'm someone who loves God, who believes in God. And when I met my husband and I realized that he also believes in God, even though he's not a practicing Christian, I saw an opportunity to, like, you know, I guess tell him more about Christianity, tell him things about the Bible, and, you know, reading his Bible and praying with him. So I guess I wouldn't say that I was looking for a God-fearing man per se. I wanted a man who obviously knew God and loved God and feared God. And my husband does know God and he does believe in God. But that wasn't like, you know how some people say, I will only be with a Christian, or if they are Muslim, I will only be with a very serious practicing Muslim. I didn't go out there like that, but I appreciated that he knows God. So at least there was some foundation there, because I can't be with an atheist. I can't be with somebody who rejects the obvious existence of God. We wouldn't get along. I would feel like they're empty. I would feel like they don't have a soul. I wouldn't feel well at home. So I felt well at home with my hubby, because even though he was not a practicing Christian, he did have the fear of the Lord in him. He did know that there is a God and he did believe it. So find your person that way. Somebody who there is like longevity. I hope I pronounced that word correctly. Longevity. You know, it can last, right? I guess that's the video. I have to go swimming. Now it's not raining so much anymore. But thank you so much for being here. If you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, what are you waiting for? Please be sure to subscribe. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.